Well, just super proud of our guys tonight. I mean, I could go down this list from 40 minutes for HB. Mezzi did some wonderful things. TT continues to just give all of his heart. Buddy, just big, giant shots. Tyrese, career high in assists. Mo Harkless, all the little things, late steal. D. Jones, career high and a bounce back in a way that's what you want from a young player. Justin came in when we had to take Ty out and stem the tide. And then Jemias Ramsey, another kid that came in, big shots on the floor. Like that's what a team is about, is trying to weather storms and play and compete together. Super proud of all of our guys and our staff. Like everybody's contributing something, and that makes you feel good.
Doug, you made the decision there in the third quarter to pull Ty to give him a break. I know he also had 4 fouls. Yeah. And then you let that group run into the fourth quarter. Just how big was that those guys were able to not just maintain the lead but push it? Yeah,
those are the moments, kind of like a penultimate step for a high jumper. You know, it's like, here it comes. What are you going to do? And as I went to the huddle, and they're rolling. You know, you gotta give them that. That's like, you earned the opportunity to keep playing. And to our guys' credit, from Ty to all those guys, they were like, let them roll. And I was going to anyway for a few and see how many we could steal and all that. But they were playing fantastic basketball. They were playing really high energy, competing at a high level, and that's all we can ask from them.
DC, 2 for you real quick. Just I know you have the utmost respect for Coach Popovich. What did it mean to get a win from him over him in this game, and kind of the moment you shared with him after the game?
I have the utmost respect for Pop. I was telling somebody before the game, like, I can remember like plays with Pop of when we beat them and Webb was out and they came here and he ran a play and Ginobili comes up the middle, and I remember I had stole it there, and then Ginobili backdoors me and they get it here, and I look over and he just kind of winks at me like, I mean, that's just like Pop. I don't know, those type of things. Like I'm just not even processed, but just love you, appreciate you, all that you've done for basketball, and just the competitiveness that he's always brought with his teams is something that I truly aspire to do and truly, truly appreciate.
And then just, early in that game, there was a little, after the first quarter, there's a little bit of a verbal spat in the team huddle. I know it's not that uncommon to see something like that, but is that kind of a sign of guys just holding people accountable as you go through the stretch?
It's, for me, you guys, and I don't know because everybody's different, but that's good. You care. Like, you got to pull. Show me that this is what you want. On top of it, that we constantly ask for communication. They're communicating. How they're communicating, I'll leave that up to everybody else to judge. And the fact that they work it out together and then we keep it moving, I'm so here for that, because that's, if you hold it in, what happens then? Yeah.
We'll go back to that first quarter too, because it was pretty telling visibly. You were down 25-15. They hit a 3, hit a 2. You called a timeout right away. Yeah. And, of course, you sat down with him and you were making some hand gestures. Just wanted to know what did you tell the team at that? Because you didn't want it seemed like you didn't want the Spurs to start to get rolling on it, and it was something that the team was doing wrong that you just want to point out right there, right away. Well,
for me, this is just personally, I had learned a lesson from last game when we had 5 straight turnovers. We were up 50-35. They came and hit a 2 and hit a 3, cut it to 10. And I wish I would have called a timeout at that particular time. And then we commenced to make 3 more turnovers, and things just kind of went downhill for us. So, sometimes you just got to do that. It was a feeling and a vibe, and told them, listen, like, I believe I called it groundhog. We've been here before. What are we going to do now, though? That's going to be the ultimate thing that defines us. Is are we going to continue to allow things like this to happen, or are we going to put our foot down? They've just gotten more physical, and things started changing. Are we going to now push back? And they did, to their credit.
Doug, it was a pretty pivotal coach's challenge in the fourth quarter. It turned out to be a 4-point turnaround in the game. Just walk us through your process of using the challenge there and just overall about how you look at using coaches' challenges.
It's interesting. Like sometimes they'd say, "I'm just going to be honest with you." Super emotional. I just went, and then I went, "Oh, I did that out loud." But I, you see it, and when do you use it? It just seemed to me like a right time, like to ask me how I use coach's challenge. I haven't used them enough to really define that, to quite frankly, and be honest with you. That one was a little bit emotion. I thought that I saw what I saw, and then I looked up and I said, okay, time out. Let's challenge it and see. And finally, one happened for us. So I was happy about that for the guys.
Doug, first of all, any indication or optimism that any of the guys who have been out, including Rich, might be able to return tomorrow?
We don't have word on that yet. I mean, if I could tell you, I would love to say, but no, I don't have any word as of yet.
Okay, and so, given that you don't know when your roster is going to be whole again, what does it do for a shorthanded group to pull one out here, get this win, and maybe be able to push forward?
Until AG is back at the helm, anything that we can do to scratch and claw and try to hold everything together and go out there and compete at a consistently high level, that's really our aim and our goal. If you compete at a consistently high level, you execute, and you take care of the basketball, the byproduct of that is usually wins. And that's when we do that, we play really good basketball. And when we don't, we find ourselves in certain situations. So for us, it's fantastic, but it's more about holding on to the rope until AG gets back to allow and give us an opportunity to compete and win.
Hey, Doug, you mentioned Jemias earlier. What message do you have to him as he's headed into these minutes here, and how impressed were you with the performance he had tonight?
Simple. I was like, look, kid, make shots. Be aggressive. Like, these are opportunities that don't come around. You lived your whole life to get to the NBA. Are you joking me right now? Man, do it. Do it big. Be aggressive. And that's what he did. And when he went to lay the one and he ran by me, I said, you go and you throw that down. Do you hear me? And when he did, I was just like, oh, my guy. But listen, I was young, and I wanted someone to believe in me like that too. So for just trying to give him positive energy and tell him to go do his best.
Coach, can you speak specifically to Buddy Hield's contribution, 7 of 9 from three-point land and 29 points tonight?
Man, Buddy was big. That's what I truly expect. Buddy shoots the ball at such an incredible level. I get to see him every day shoot the basketball, and I put him in the highest regards of all-time shooters. He can truly shoot it like wow. So every time he shoots it, for me, it seems like it's going in, and tonight they did, and I was super happy for him. I know he probably would have liked that to be more on his birthday, but he gave everyone else a birthday present today, so that's a good thing.
ADC, James asked you already a little bit earlier about the stretch that your team played in the fourth quarter with Tyrese out, but there was also like a 2-3 minute stretch in the third where you kept him in with 4 fouls. And I know you've had experience as a player staying in the game when in foul trouble. How important is it for him to be able to stay out of foul trouble in that moment, not pick up that 5th foul? And what kind of confidence did you have in him to handle those minutes?
Well, first, when he took a foul, I said, no. Like, you have to, we need you. And that foul actually came up big. But these are opportunities for him to learn. We don't have Fox right now. We don't have some of our players. So you have to have a bigger role, which he's delivering huge. But when you get 4 fouls, when you get 5 fouls, I'm glad for him because these are opportunities in an NBA game against NBA players in crunch time with a lead. We need you to deliver, and you're able to play with fouls, play at a high level. Don't get meek all of a sudden, and he was able to do that. So super proud of Ty and the way he went about that.
Last question, Christos.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win, first of all. Coach, 23 assists, 11 turnovers. How satisfied you are about the ball protection tonight?
The part that hurts me is the points off of those turnovers. That's one thing we have to get better at. But I mean, 12 turnovers, we can totally live with that. That's something we can live with. It's just the points off of them. The 23 assists, truly, to be honest with you, I'm being a little greedy, and Ham and I used to car cast together, and I used to always say that the number for me is 30. That, like, as close as you can get to 30, 27, 28, it's someplace there. I will take 23, but I would like to be even greedy and get more because that means that you're playing for your teammate, and that's everything. Thank you, guys.